But today, we are being cannibalistic and we're drinking hot cocoa. Because, you know, we can. And we're going to finish Deadly Premonition too. Meow. Meow. Hi, Richie. How are you? So let's see. When we left off, Hurricane Katrina ended our investigation, apparently. We were saved a boss fight by Hurricane Katrina, so thank you for that. I have a feeling we still have one coming, though. And we're back in 2019 with a passed out Zach on the floor and a mangled bunch of limbs on the bed. And we don't know where Patricia is. Where's my manual? I want to do that. I want to start 2019 over again. So we're going to go here. The manual save.
Oh, I just love the look of glistening green grass. You know the green I'm talking about. Moist with sprinkler water, reflecting the radiance of the sun. In that regard, Louisiana's grass is in a class of its own. Just picture it on a clear summer day. A cold beer in one hand, gazing out from your porch onto the garden you're so proud of. This is the life. Doesn't get much better than this. That's how you feel. A well-kept garden and a cold beer, the ultimate combination. They go hand in hand, just like hot dogs and sporting events. But that grass, it's got a bit of a nerve to it. It doesn't matter how many times you cut it down. It'll always keep coming back and turn your eyes away for a bit. And that's when it'll really sprout up. Up until last week, your garden was perfectly pruned and balanced, symmetrical and pristine.
It's forest, isn't it?
But you wake up the next morning, and you can't even stand to look at what it's become. That's why people work so hard to cut their grass. Like it's some ordeal they've been tasked with by the big man in the sky. Oh. And it never ends. Understand me, Zach? If you want to stop cutting your grass, well, you need to either submit to its growth or force it to wither. That's all humans can really do. Hard work never really gets you anywhere in the big picture. Nothing but wasted efforts. You following me here? Now just be honest with yourself. Be honest, Francis Zach Morgan.
For those of you at home, they were the initial Deadly Premonition, the game you never need play or watch. Yeah, that's fair. Well, there he is. You can't watch my playthrough of it. It got lost in the old YouTube channel.
Oh, howdy, Zach. So we meet again. Such a touching reunion. Like a little boy who was given up for adoption, finally reuniting with his true parents. Look, even little Willie here is beside himself with joy.
Casey!
Oh dear.
Damn it! I'm gonna kill you!
Oh, I need to fix that.
Hey, let her go! What the hell's gotten into you? Jeez, are you okay?
That was a really weird fight scene. And he was like making purring noises. It was very weird. You moved your camera a little further away so you can see more of the post-its. Nice.
That should do it. Well, no turning back now.
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's a good description of it. Zombie purring. I like it.
How should we clean this up?
I'm searching the room.
This room is pure insanity. Oh, there she is.
But I can't let it shake me. Why did you come here, Aaliyah? Remember the real reason you decided to investigate Morgan's house in the first place. We came here to find a missing girl.
A photo of Daniel and an unconscious Zach.
Come on, Agent Jones. I know you're hiding something.
What are you talking about?
You've been watching him for 4.5 years, haven't you?
Oh, Java.
Can you really stand here and tell me that you never saw a single one of the strange signs I'm picking up on now?
What signs?
Deadly premonitions.
Ah, we have a title.
Preparations for kidnapping or terrorist activities. Sexual depravity, violent tendencies, self-mutilation. Or even just contacting a specific person periodically.
It's creepy, not something we want on a video that's showing up on YouTube. Okay, that's fair. You can tell us later.
Nope, nada. He doesn't fit any of that. You think I'd really ignore something that obvious? I may be a schlub, but I'm still an FBI agent.
Gotcha.
Then why didn't you do anything about this room? Or did you merely choose to ignore his abnormal proclivities?
You want to know what I did? I did my damn job. End of story. I was outside the entire time. How do you expect me to notice a room like this from out there? It's as simple as that. At least it was, until you dragged me into this whole mess. Don't blame me just because your big investigation ended up leading nowhere.
Then tell me the truth. After seeing this room, can you really say that man is in his right mind? He kept this room a total secret from you for over 4.5 years. No normal human is capable of such a feat. Only a true genius. Or a true monster.
You know, as I'm looking at this room, I'm noticing things. Like, PJ's eye patch is on the bear. I'm pretty sure that's his cigar, too. Lena's wig's on the deer over there. Weird.
Can you really guarantee that he won't try anything if we just let him go here?
Well,
Then you need to help me. Find some sort of evidence that we can use to make him reveal what he's plotting.
okay. Why do you think Jethro here survived?
Why?
I mean, doesn't he look like the kind of guy who'd die first in a horror movie?
I mean, he kind of does.
He married into the Clarkson family. He didn't possess Clarkson blood, so he had nothing to do with Helena Doman's plan.
The blood purge thing? But if that was all there was to it, then yet a ton of the Clarkson gang members died, along with Sheriff Woods. Doesn't add up.
She did whatever it took to achieve her goals. She'd kill if the plan required it. But killing people outside of the Clarkson family was never a priority. Her ultimate goal was to cut off the Clarkson bloodline. Maybe he was always meant to be an assistant to the goddess of fertility.
What, like a servant?
He was the kind of person who was most in his element when he had someone to serve. Even afterwards, he let Patricia take over the estate, while he became her assistant. As soon as he settled into his role, the townspeople started to respect him. Now they practically revere him, and he's even earned himself a nickname. One-Armed Danny.
So you think his life played out exactly the way Professor R planned it to go? Talk about tragic.
I was so positive, but she isn't here. There is something about this room, though. Agent Jones, what do you think?
Me? I'm not as smart as you. Why are you even asking me?
Are you hiding something?
Of course not. Knock it off. Me? Hiding something? Ha! That's a good one. Come on. I got nothing to hide.
I thought I would find answers in this room. I thought that Patricia would be here, but I was wrong. This room is only filled with photos of people related to the case and the handiwork of a madman. Feels like I'm wandering through a heavy mist. Why is Morgan showcasing those women's photos? And that bed. If you loved someone from the bottom of your heart, would you ever be able to marry someone else? Or kill for them?
Whoa, what are we talking about?
I never heard of any kind of motive like that in any other murder case. I just keep feeling like we're being fed a story that he made up in his mind.
True. Honestly, without having experienced what that's like, I can't really say what I'd do. But I'd never try and force love to happen, if it didn't seem like it was meant to be. There are 3.5 billion women on this planet. There's got to be more than one specific person who anyone can fall deeply in love with, right?
But what if we were talking about pizza, not women? You just discovered the perfect ultimate pizza, but you aren't allowed to take even a single bite unless you kill someone for the cook.
Have you ever loved someone with all your heart?
What kind of person do you take me for?
That's my line.
The one who took her in after the incident was Daniel Clarkson, the next in line to succeed the Clarkson family. He's the one that ended up raising her from that point onwards. Isn't fate strange? In the end, two people who were completely unrelated by blood ended up inheriting that house.
Yeah, you're right. But sometimes I wonder, what is family anyway? Go back far enough, we're all strangers to one another. We're talking countless generations, marriages and birth, you know.
Humans love to deify the rules they create. It's almost like that's been an unwritten law from the very start. Why did Lise have to die first?
Why do we got close up with the eyes? Hi, CT. That's disgusting. Why is there a rat?
What is this?
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
This room paints such a bizarre picture.
That would be a question for Mal, CT. I don't know.
But upon closer look, I can see strange
Java.
sort of pattern to
Whatever
it all.
your name is.
Was Morgan trying to recreate something with all this? If so, there must be a reason for all of these weird and hideous things.
Ha! It's a strange honey trophy. Red rope.
What's that?
A hunting trophy. A brown bear. With a dragonfly eye patch.
I already noticed it, Aaliyah. You're behind.
Why is it smoking a cigar?
Because it's PJ.
It's probably supposed to represent Philip J. Clarkson's body.
And the elk is...
Lena.
Helena Doman.
So that's why it's got such good taste in fashion. And this one is Galena Clarkson?
Yes, taxidermy cosplay.
Why did he want to line up corpses that were killed in different places, all together in a single room?
Red seeds.
Seeds?
You sure it's okay to press that?
Won't know until we try.
Hey, it's Woodstock.
Woodstock, really?
Look, a peace sign.
Oh, it does kind of make a peace sign.
Love and peace, man. Even I can figure out what this is from. It's Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Grateful Dead, and Led Zeppelin. But I shouldn't have to explain it to a music nut like you, right?
That isn't a peace mark. It's upside down. You don't need to be a music nut to see that.
What? Who says that's the top part? If you're looking from Lisa's head, this is the top part, making it a big, fat peace mark.
No, this is the ground.
Where's your proof?
The red seeds. Seeds go in the ground, right? That makes this wall the bottom. Lisa's head is clearly at the top. Period.
Huh.
Also, Agent Jones. Led Zeppelin never played at Woodstock. He's representing a human.
I just noticed
hunting
the
trophy
bean
made from
can
an animal.
bongos on the box too.
I feel like I'm looking at a piece of modern art done in really bad taste.
Greenville case files. Photo of Daniel.
Anna Graham. The first victim of the Greenville case. Her body was found hanging from a tree, like a goddess being worshipped in a sanctuary. Meanwhile, Lise Clarkson was found on the bank of a river in an area that had been fashioned into an altar. The person who gruesomely ended the life of that young woman must be brought to justice.
I completely agree. They both still had their whole lives ahead of them.
The Le Carré case and the Greenville case. According to my investigation, the one key that links both cases is Francis Zach Morgan. But if we look at the cases from his point of view, we see one more connection.
The red seeds.
The red seeds are also present in both cases. I believed that he was the one who brought them to both towns. But maybe... No. Never mind. When Helena Doman returned home, someone must have let her inside.
You think that was her brother-in-law, Daniel?
I don't know.
Well, alligators did chomp his arm off. He probably had it in for old man PJ too, but...
You're here for if this goes south to help me finish. I appreciate that.
You know, I don't think he had anything to do with this.
Why not?
You're making it out to be more complicated than it really is. That's always the problem with people like you. Too smart for your own good.
Just get to the point.
Professor R marched straight through the front door to the mansion. She arrived right at her destination using the quickest route possible, without having to undergo a single security check.
I know. My question is, how was she able to do that?
Because she's family. It doesn't matter if PJ disowned her. He never stopped loving his son. A father would never abandon his child, no matter how much they failed to fulfill his expectations. That's what being a parent is all about. Don't look at me like that. I know, I don't have a son myself, but I have a father. He's still back in my hometown, managing the printing plant my grandfather started. He'll be turning 80 soon. He wanted me to take over the place, but as you can see, I'm out here. But I know how this whole thing works. Even though I haven't seen him in forever, the minute I go home, he'll welcome me with warm, open arms.
Stephen Jones hasn't many real parents, apparently. Eh.
She planned a string of murders all in order to restore the Clarksons to their former glory, right?
Yeah. According to Morgan's story. Matches up with the files, too.
But the only proof of that is the confession she privately gave to Morgan just before she died. Galena Clarkson was also murdered immediately after she confessed. Don't you think it's all a little too convenient?
Well, story-wise, yeah.
And the sacrifices. None of the FBI's official records contain an example of an actual human sacrifice, aside from the cases that Francis Zach Morgan handled, that is.
There are tons of examples of animal sacrifice, though. And remember the witch hunts back in the Middle Ages?
Meaning?
Meaning, there are always exceptions to the rule. And Morgan alluded to the existence of some sort of journal, right? I think he said he read it in Professor R's lab. If we could find that, maybe this would all become easier to swallow.
The report didn't mention anything about a journal. And if it truly did exist, it surely would have been submitted as evidence, unless he tried to cover it up on purpose. Or?
Unless the journal never existed in the first place.
Exactly.
So, am I trying to make too much sense out of a sweary game? And or is it important that this is Zach, not York?
He was taught how to rule as a child, never confided in anyone, and married for purely political reasons. Then he prospered so much that he became powerful enough to rule an entire town on his own.
It being Zach is important to story. Okay.
But in the end, his own child betrayed him and ended his entire clan in a series of violent deaths.
Okay.
If that was your life, how would you look back on it?
Yeah. Beats me. I wasn't born into a rich family, nor was I ever taught how to rule. And for what it's worth, I've also never knocked up a young ex-actress. But I guess the one thing we can say is that any good life needs balance. Get too hung up on one thing, and you lose sight of everything else. And if you betray someone, you'll get betrayed too. Someone thinks they can step all over people and then live out the rest of their life in peace. They're fooling themselves. We always get to see how those people end up in our line of work. In the end, they die horrible deaths. That is why pizza is the only thing I trust. Pizza never betrays you.
Unless it gives you indigestion.
This case took place in Lucare and centered around the Clarksons. Oppressive authority, cross purposes, madness, and love. But Katrina took the truth along with many innocent lives and buried it all at the bottom of the swamp. But there's one truth that can never be washed away. This all started with the death of a young girl. Galena Clarkson went to California to become an actress, but things never took off for her, so she eventually returned home. Then she murdered her own daughter and ended up like this. Where did she go wrong?
She did manage to appear in a few movies, right?
Not as any characters with actual names, and never with much clothes on.
So that's the only value they saw in her, huh? Sorry, that was insensitive.
It's an everyday occurrence in that world. She was also bullied a lot.
Bullied? How?
They'd cut up her costumes, her scripts, and even her own clothes, everywhere she went. Then, after 3 years of that, her stylist chopped off a chunk of her hair. By accident.
Are you kidding me?
I did a little investigating on this. In the end, a self-titled big cheese producer tricked her. She almost ended up going into porn.
Not hard to imagine what would have happened after that.
One witness said that after returning to Le Carré, she refused to use scissors to cut anything.
More Galena? Okay.
Why did she believe what Professor R told her? The whole blood purge story. There's no way anyone in their right mind would ever believe that.
No, you should not run with scissors. That is true. That is good advice.
No matter how badly all the bullying must have broken her heart. I just find it too hard to believe. Don't you?
Yeah, but you shouldn't think too hard about it.
Why not?
Human beings don't make sense.
That is facts.
We always do things that can't be explained with common logic, especially when it concerns our parents, children, and siblings.
And it drives people like Java nuts.
That doesn't satisfy me. No matter how irrational an action may be, I want to know exactly why that person made such an irrational decision. Otherwise, what hope do we have?
You're never going to be in a situation where everything makes perfect sense. Just stop sticking your nose so deeply into everything.
Ah, Aaliyah is Java. There we go. No, not Java nuts. Java space nuts.
That's my advice, as an old guy who's lived twice as long as you.
You and I are nothing alike. You decided to give up on your life and spend the rest of your time on Earth, sitting around and playing Sudoku. Everyone thinks that the principal thing to the tree is the fruit. But in point of fact, the principal thing to it is the seed. Now I know why Lise Clarkson was murdered first. Lisa's death was Professor R having second thoughts. According to Morgan, her plan was to perform parricide and filicide, then commit suicide. Those were the 3 deaths necessary to complete the ritual, remember? Which means she technically could have killed Patricia first. That would have been the best way to delay any interference from the Clarksons themselves. The reason she didn't kill Patricia first is because Lena was actually following a different plan inside her own mind. Or perhaps she merely changed her plan as she followed through with it. At some point, new emotions started to take root within her. She had second thoughts about something. And in order to shake those off, she used Galena to kill Lise first, in order to cut off any possible escape. But that only made her plan move ahead quicker than she could have ever imagined, which forced her to rush right up to the end with those misgivings always in the back of her mind.
Huh? Wait, hold on. Yeah, you lost me. What are you talking about?
In other words, at some point, Helena Doman decided that she wanted to make Patricia the next heir. The blood purge wasn't for the goddess of fertility. It was for their daughter, Patricia.
What?
Wait, are you saying Helena knew from the start that Sheriff Woods would die with Candy?
That's the only explanation I can think of.
Huh.
Remember, this is only assuming that everything Morgan told us was true. Until I can trust that man, this is all nothing more than conjecture.
Considering how insane this all is, it sounds perfectly believable to me.
Oh, it's the skeletal gentleman.
Francis Zach Morgan.
Remember me? Oh, cat got your tongue. Understood. You know why I'm here, don't you? Surely you must know what this means. To commemorate our reunion, allow me to give you another oracle. The contract, once signed, will last for eternity. But only in the presence of true love. Did you hear that? Good. It's been a while since I felt this. You know, there's hardly anyone in this era who can see me like you can. And they've been dropping like flies since you first came to see me. Breaks my heart. We don't have much time. Do you have any questions for me?
Is Patricia safe? Okay.
Excellent. You pass. You haven't changed, Francis Zach Morgan. But that question isn't for me to answer. Go and see it with your own eyes. Oh, time's up. We'll have to finish this during our next reunion.
Oh, this is bad.
Failed to apprehend target. Target escaped with hostage. Whereabouts unknown.
Agent Jones. What is this referring to?
Avery Smith kidnapped Patricia Clarkson and escaped.
Avery Smith? The vault manager? Why would he kidnap Patricia?
Oh, that was his phone. Yeah, it was CT. It took me a minute too.
Tell me what's going on right now.
Hello there.
Well,
Hi, Mal.
Answer me, Jones.
I made a deal with Morgan.
Why is there a ferry? Why?
Back when he took me to the bathroom.
What? What?
Morgan said something to me. If we want to find Patricia, we need to look at Avery Smith.
Have you lost your mind?
What he said made sense. Ever since 2005, Avery's been working deep inside that cold storage warehouse.
The more important question is, who is that ferry? I don't have an answer for that.
He was also arrested in the past for getting too friendly with Lise Clarkson. And after Katrina, he apparently worked on renovating the warehouse for free. What if that allowed him to freely modify the warehouse as he pleased?
It's Wesker. Well, it's gotta be somebody that's still alive, right? Or not? Technically, yes. As someone who's alive or not, like I mean, I could go with the really silly answer and say it's Lena because you know she was. Never mind. I don't know.
That would explain why her body remained missing for 14 whole years. Then, I did a little check and found out that he never went back to work after Christmas vacation ended.
So what? Why would you trust him?
I don't. I just decided it was worth investigating, that's all. So, I sent 2 agents to Avery's house without telling anyone. I just called in a favor from an old friend in the New Orleans branch.
No one gave you clearance for that. You think you can just...
But what if Morgan's telling the truth? If he is, we're both gonna look like total clowns. Clowns who went barging into a former agent's house on completely unfounded suspicions. HQ will have a field day with us. They'll string us up as the 2 dumbest agents to have ever graced the field. I just wanted to take some precautions. And besides, if he is lying, it's still no skin off our backs. Right? If things work out, we'll end up solving a difficult case that's been driving everyone crazy. Imagine that. You and me, just the 2 of us, solving a case like this. I'll be able to jump ship on this crappy job. And you'll be able to freely investigate all things Saint Rouge, just like you've always wanted. Besides, you know that Morgan is Director Abraham's favorite. Even if we get into some sort of trouble, if Morgan testifies to Abraham's for us, we'll totally be in the clear.
I don't care. This isn't the way things are supposed to be done.
Well, I'm sorry, but I had no other choice. You were so engrossed in this, and come on, you know how I am. Besides, saving the hostage should take priority above all else. There's no time for squabbling. We need to find Avery Smith no matter what it takes.
But how?
Sorry, I'm watching the ferry.
Well...
Thanks to your heroic maneuvers, we just lost our suspect.
I know, but...
I know how to find him. I should be able to see the other world, the way I am now.
Bridges and red trees.
Bridges and red trees. Thank you for the sub, Lord Falconis. I appreciate it.
Just let me go, please.
Morgan?
It's okay, my fairy. I know I can convince them. I found the first one last autumn. A dead rat with a bud coming up out of its stomach, just like this one. A rat ate a red seed, died, and the bud sprouted. Honestly, it shocked me.
Agents Bunny Circus is in town. Welcome in. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. And thank you for the follow, Stormcrow. We are trying to finish up Deadly Premonition 2 tonight. It is by far a very weird game. But how are you? What were you playing? Oh, weird. We love to see it nice. I mean, that's also a way to describe this game, is we are finishing a lecture about Bridges and Trees by the world's worst FBI agent. Alien Isolation? Nice! I love that game! Yeah, right now he's not talking about bridges or trees. Yeah, right now we're talking about dead rats and red seeds. Yeah, totally normal things. Yeah, Alien Isolation was one of my favorite games. We named our alien Betsy because it sounded less creepy than, you know, Xenomorph. But yeah, that's a crazy game. Yours is Travis or Trevor. You don't know. Nice. Glad to know I wasn't the only one to name the alien. Yeah, I mean, yeah, if you can get through RE1 controls, then this game's a piece of cake. Yeah, there were weird demons in this game. Naked burping lady. There were naked burping ladies. That's a fact. No one who tells you to play the deadly premonition is your friend. Sometimes they make you do it as punishment. And sometimes we put the punishment on ourselves.
Up until this point, I'd only ever seen red seeds, saplings, and big trees, so I decided to grow one of my own.
What are you talking about?
I needed to solve the mystery of the red trees. Why do they exist? But all of my sprouts died without ever growing the tiniest bit. Forget about a big tree. I couldn't even grow a single sapling.
So you kept experimenting.
2 days after the seed enters a rat, it takes the rat's life. On the 3rd day, a bud sprouts up, then grows to that size after 5 more.
Yes, Java, this has been basically 40 minutes of cutscenes.
I tested this on 137 corpses.
137 rat corpses? Is this Plague Tale?
In only a few months? Blech.
But I was never able to grow a bud any larger than this size. I still remember what he told me. Apparently, there's a special trick to making these grow.
You're totally insane.
Oh, that's a creepy laugh.
Maybe. I don't have much time left. I'm pretty sure that's why I can see the other world now. I'd lost that sense ever since the Greenvale incident, but it's back now. Please, will you just trust me? Come on, Simon. You'll trust me, won't you?
He's just a quirky environmentalist. I mean, maybe.
What?
No, Agent Jones. Remember the warning I gave you at the very beginning? You can't let him take control of the conversation.
Yeah, I know. I know.
Please, Halia Davis, let me go. This is our case to finish.
No, you aren't an agent anymore.
But you don't know how to find him. Neither of you ever could.
Oh, I'll find him. I swear on my pride as an active agent that I won't give up until I do.
That won't get you anywhere. It's beyond you.
Shut up. You think we can't find him, but you can. Just how stupid do you think we are? If you want us to believe you, then it's about time you showed us some proof.
Oh, we got, let's see. We can do the Lee doll, the Lena Elk, or the photo of Patricia.
You said that she was the mastermind behind the tragedies in Lee Clark.
Hi, Ari.
That her convictions about the Clarkson bloodline are what started it all.
Yes, that's right.
She instigated her younger sister into killing her own niece. Then she committed suicide immediately after killing her father, hoping that Sheriff Woods would be able to complete her plan. How could one call such an unpredictable series of events a plan? And as we saw, Sheriff Woods chose a fate that was completely different from what she envisioned.
No, he didn't. In the end, things went exactly as she planned.
What do you mean?
At a certain point, she realized that her plan was wrong, so She tried to adjust things, using me as a pawn. But then, the unexpected happened. She and I both underestimated what Avery was capable of. That's why I'm here right now trying to convince you, in order to save Patricia's life.
If your story is true, then why did Avery Smith kidnap Patricia?
Patricia resembles Lise. I even got them confused once. And Lise reported being stalked by a 10-foot man.
That's Avery Smith?
Exactly.
But he's only 6'7" at best. His physical characteristics don't match the person you're talking about.
I once concluded the very same thing. But now I know. That was definitely Avery. He protected Lisa's body for the past 14 years. Until you discovered his sleeping beauty.
So after losing Lisa's body, he kidnapped Patricia as a replacement? That's ridiculous. Is that really what you
Why?
think happened? Even if Avery did possess that sort of mentality, it doesn't make sense. If Lise was really that important to him, he would have tried to steal her back. Not now, maybe. But certainly after she was buried.
With that ice was
Oops.
a barrier. A shield that separated the divine from our world. Hey, Belle. Your hypothesis was pretty much on the mark. Last week, I went back to Lucare. Then I bought a used car and got on a train in Trenton. But not for the reason you think. I wasn't stalking Patricia. And I'd never try to kidnap her.
Then why would you go there? Why would you risk so much, especially since you knew that you were under surveillance?
Because, once again, I'm chasing Sang Rouge.
Sang Rouge?
Even after I quit the FBI, I continued to study the red trees on my own. And now, I've come to the conclusion that those red seeds and Sang Rouge both come from the same roots.
Thought we knew that already.
I also found proof that someone's inherited the original recipe. That's why I flew to Lucare, to confirm my suspicions. But I was more powerless than I ever could have imagined. I couldn't move like I used to. No badge, no gun. So, after wandering aimlessly around town, I swallowed down my torment and my weakness and left.
You expect me to believe that?
Is this like a murder mystery, or are we just talking plants all day? Yes, and also no. So... Yes, it's a murder mystery. This one in particular, it was like jumping back in time. Like, this is currently 2019, and the actual murder took place in 2005. And they're still talking about it because Hurricane Katrina happened and washed everything away. Yeah, and you know, Sang Rouge is like a drug, and everybody's hyped up on it, and they were doing the string of murders to make someone the goddess of fertility, and yeah, it's weird. It's very weird. But I played the first game, so I felt like I had to play the second one.
I know you've got it in you.
What's that supposed to mean?
You found Lise Clarkson's body. The one thing I never did. And only a few days after discovering the body, you came to visit me. You should be fully capable of discerning that what I'm telling you is the truth.
Talking much about oneself can also be a means to conceal oneself. You can't trick me.
Well, let's look at the PJ head. Why not?
When I first met PJ Clarkson, how did I feel? I just thought, oh, so this is what it feels like to be in the presence of a truly powerful person.
But yeah, so far for stream today, we've had an hour of just this.
He had a very unique aura, as if he had surpassed the realm of good and evil. It's the kind of feeling you get when you come face to face with a legendary actor or an influential politician. So I was also able to sense the deep darkness that trailed behind him. The brighter the light, the darker the shadow. The more he shined, the more the people around him had to squint to shut out the light.
Specific window is not a game you want that on a t-shirt. I mean, that could be arranged.
The heat was just so intense that it forced people to shut up their hearts in order to keep from burning up. But Patricia was different. She greeted travelers with a warm embrace, like the real sun. I'm going to save her, even if I need to walk through a bullet to get there.
What is this drum? Please don't tell me it was a tool they planned to use for the blood purge.
No, it's what we got when the Lord hungered.
Sharp eyes as usual, Belle. No. It was part of an even darker ritual. I can't even bring myself to say its name. It was far more important to our case. And far more horrible, if you can believe it.
What?
No, that's just a drum. A drum made from 3 empty cans, animal skins, and a fragrant pressed flower.
Like I said, what is it?
Maybe it's a souvenir?
What? You expect me to believe that? You said that someone inherited the Sang Rouge recipe, didn't
Oh yeah,
you?
the anaconda. Well, that's what's on the top of it. The anaconda skins.
Is that someone Avery Smith?
It has to be. Avery used to help Professor R do research in secret.
What? Well, that wasn't in the report.
I only realized it just now. The moment I spilled my coffee on the floor. Avery revealed that he was helping with some sort of research. But at the time, I let his confession go in one ear and out the other.
That's true. It wasn't in one of the ingredients he just said, but it is the top of the drums.
Now that I look back on it, I realize it was solid proof that he was helping her produce Sang Rouge.
What makes you think that?
He had free access to the deepest parts of the cold storage warehouse.
Wait,
Meaning...
Sang Rouge needs to be produced in an extremely cold environment.
Exactly. Aaliyah Davis. You already considered this possibility, didn't you? That's why you investigated the cold storage warehouse as soon as you got to Lucare, in order to locate where Sang Rouge was being made. Then, you came across Lisa's body by pure chance. Melvin wasn't the Fool King.
It was
What?
Avery?
Many different characters pop up in Lena's journal, and I mistook one of them for someone else.
What are you talking about?
After Simon hit me and I fainted, I had a dream. Now I'm convinced I'm the Fool King.
Oh, well, I guessed that originally anyway.
The Fool King was always meant to be an outsider who suddenly arrived in Lucare. And the man she felt a need to eliminate wasn't me, but Avery. Lena realized her plan was on the verge of falling apart. She also guessed that I would be able to save Patricia from Melvin. The one worry that remained in her heart was leaving Patricia behind, and how her life would play out from that point on. Especially since she would be left behind with Avery, a large, childlike man who's beyond anyone's control. She wrote that journal entry hoping that I, the Fool King, would be capable of stopping Avery. And she wrote it in a specific way in order to try and rouse me to action. Lena and Melvin both entrusted me with their daughter. So please, just let me go. It's my duty to protect her.
Who do you think benefited most from the Greenvale case?
No one benefited from it. Many lives were lost. That's all.
You really believe that?
Everyone who survived was overcome with sadness. Scarred for life.
Without exception?
Without exception. Isn't that right, my fairy?
I feel like you're the one person who benefited from the case. You were able to add a new chapter to your stunning career and earned unshakable trust from the chief. That's what allows you to go on using his intel network as you please, even though you're retired.
Are you seriously suggesting that? Sickness is destroying my body. I feel like I'm on the verge of losing my mind.
I'm pretty sure it's already
Yet,
gone, buddy.
Somehow, I'm unable to forget the cases connected to those seeds, whittling down what's left of my life, chasing them. You really think I'm doing all this for nothing but self-interest? Is that really what you're saying?
I understand what you're trying to say, but it's too perfect. It's too perfect, just like that report of yours. How could you come to such a detailed conclusion after spending years shut up in this room? It doesn't make sense. The only possible explanation is that you're bending the narrative in the direction you want it to go.
Why do you think I left the field for 2 years after Greenvale? That case cost me not only my best friend, but also my special talent. I never thought I'd lose something like that. But ever since then, I've been unable to solve cases using that method.
Metaphysical offender profiling.
I tried everything I could think of to regain my lost talent, but it never came back to me. That's why I quit working for the FBI, and without anywhere else to go, I simply spent my days seeking truth, searching for an answer I'd never find. So time continued to cruelly pass me by. Until finally, a disease started eating away at my body. I thought it was all over for me. But about half a year ago, I finally reached my conclusion. Everything started with the red seeds. He and I encountered these seeds long before we reached Greenvale. Under the seething, mind-melting sun of Louisiana. Then, for some reason, in the beginning of December, I finally regained my talent, and instantly, I could see the other world again. Get it? Through allowing the cancer cells to ravage my body, I regained the power to travel to the other side. This is the only answer, Aaliyah Davis. Truth is a surprise, born from coincidence and an unknown power. I made a promise with Melvin. He entrusted me with Patricia. All he had left.
But immediately after you solved the case, you sent her to the Clarksons and left town. Isn't that right? You let go of her a long time ago, so you have no right to step back into the picture now.
That was the wrong thing to do. I was young. But now, I have the chance to right my wrong.
You can't be serious. You can barely stand up.
Hey, Aaliyah.
I know, Agent Jones. I know I'm stepping over the line here. I just want to make it clear that we can't trust a word of what he says.
She was the first perpetrator in the case. And technically, she was also the first victim. Maybe... well, it's impossible to ask her now, but maybe she really did love her daughter with all her heart. And so, she was afraid. Afraid of what would happen if her daughter did end up inheriting the Clarkson estate. It was fear, or something like it. That's what let the red tree inside.
That's still no reason to kill someone, especially not your own daughter.
I know. Of course I know that. And I'm sure that deep down, She did too.
2 bizarre cases derailed your life. It must have been extremely painful. You have my deepest condolences, but that doesn't put you in the clear. You're still a suspect.
A suspect? For what? Patricia isn't here.
The murders of Sheriff Melvin Woods and Candy Woods. Their bodies were never recovered. Katrina carried them away, along with many other lives. Aside from that report you wrote, there's nothing that proves your innocence.
Hey, let's not jump to conclusions here.
Oh, I'm not. I also suspect there's a possibility that he murdered individuals connected to other cases that he's worked on. The Greenvale report bears the same inconsistencies as this one, and both cases are filled with victims whose deaths were never witnessed.
Stop. Don't say another word. If you so much as mention her name,
If I mention it, then what?
you will pay. Belle. No. Special Agent Aaliyah Davis. You're exceptionally talented, I admit it. You found Lisa's body, then discovered the red seeds all on your own. You even noticed that there was someone else in this room. You've got amazing intuition. You're a hunter with an extremely keen sense of smell, but you still can't perceive the other world the way you are now. That's all there is to it. Simon, look inside that trash can.
Huh? The trash can?
It's right behind you. Then you'll know for sure that I'm telling the truth. We told you not to touch the sanctuary!
What is this?
I'm the one who sent Aaliyah the tip and set everything into motion. We need to talk alone. FK. It's frickin' Forrest.
What's on that receipt? What is it, Agent Jones?
FK. Oh, holy crap. Huh.
Contact a local agent and have them investigate Avery Smith's home. There are still agents investigating the Lucare area, right? Trust me. That's where Patricia Clarkson is.
Trust you? Where's your proof?
Ask Aaliyah Davis. Ask her about the name of the person who tipped her off.
What do you mean?
You're from Chicago, and you love pizza, right? Especially deep dish pizza, smothered in cheese.
What does this have to do with pizza?
Just ask her, and ask her why she decided to take this case in the first place. Got it? Pizza will never betray you. So you need to trust it, too.
But how could you have known that I would come here with her?
I didn't. I just bet on you.
God damn it.
Hey! Tell me what's going on right now, Agent Jones.
Thank you, my fairy. Car key, Simon.
Let me go.
Don't worry. Just trust in the pizza. I'm the anonymous tipper. FK.
It's on the corner of 3rd Street. A 69 Pontiac GTO.
You've got excellent taste. Lend me your gun, too.
Agent Jones! Don't you see what you're doing here? This is a severe obstruction of justice. You're violating the FBI code.
Yeah, Aaliyah, I know, but pizza will never betray me.
Pizza?
Tell Abrahams to prepare a private jet for me at the airport. I know Robert won't turn his back on me.
Wait, Morgan, are you serious? The chief would never lend out a private jet to a civilian like,
I have to leave you for a bit, my fairy. They'll be fine. They'll figure it all out. York, can you hear me? I'm going to go finish the job you started. That makes us even, okay? York, she really is a genius agent. She's probably going to end up being an even better agent than we were. She just needs more experience under her belt. She's
it
still
Emily?
only pursuing the world she can see with her naked eye. She needs to experience more frustration.
Ha!
She needs to strengthen
I had to see her
herself.
up close.
On the other hand, Simon's much smarter than he looks. No wonder he was able to go on watching us for 4.5 years. All that struggling under the surface paid off in the end. Do you want to know why he decided to start trusting me? It's simple. It's all because of the name I used to send the tip to the FBI. It's the name of that pizza parlor, the Chicago-style place with those trademarked crimson boxes. Franklin's Kitchen.
Franklin's Kitchen.
FK. Yet again. They've got the best deep dish pizza in the area. Both Simon and I love that place. That's why I told him, pizza will never betray you. Will it, York?
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just so lost right now. 5 hours later. No, this isn't good. We're gonna die.
York, it's almost time. Let's finish this. I'll be there soon. Watch my back, will you? This is going to be my final battle.
Dun dun dun!
So I'm this far gone, huh? But unlike 14 years ago, I feel more at home in this world now.
Okay. Well, first of all, I feel like I need to look at my toolbox. It's quite simple. The son of P.J. Clarkson, who fathered a daughter with a sister, transitioned and came back to Lucare and planned to kill her entire family. She decided over the course of executing this plan was wrong and used York at the time to save her daughter Patricia. Oh yeah, I got that. Okay. What was that? Roar. The rest is misdirection and padding because the story wasn't 20 pages long, so where he would get an F in his remedial writing class. Okay. Alright. I'm ready. Let's do it. Okay, I have a something. Alright.
Ah, curse. Oh, oh, oh. Ah. Roll.
You're gonna get M&M's and enjoy 20 minutes at the same quarter you've been running all game. Yes, okay. Damn it, Chris! Thank you for the follow. For some reason I thought you were already following, but welcome, hello.
Ah, curse. Roll. Hurts, don't it? There's nothing here.
That was a weird blurb, Ari. He has to refollow because he gets lost. That's fair. Am I looking for? I'm looking for anti-gnome. There we go.
Ah, curse. Void. Hurts.
Thank you.
Ah, curse.
Will you just die, damn it?
Void.
Thank you. You're like because Malforce, you'd be here under threat of niceness. You'll be here, but not in a change. Well, I appreciate it. Enjoy your lurk. Apparently, I should have brought more extra anti-numb with me. You said Coco's played Deadly Premonition. She said, "Oh." Not the clicker noises, Ari. Here, buddy.
Void. Your. Oh. Void. Void.
Oh, now I'm cold. It's at the perfect place. If you say so. Ooh, a large first aid kit. That's nice. More bullets. Antidote. That's useful. I could use more anti-numb though. You can't just came back into the penis snippers, I mean. It is what we do here. Thank you. Ah, there's an anti-numb. Thank you. Why do demons have cups of coffee? I mean, why not? They get tired too. Add T-minus 50. Well, you know what? We're going to be going down the same corridors, Ari. So the ad can do its thing. Because you're not going to miss anything. Why? Literally points at everything in this game. That's fair. I really hate these slithering women.
Ah, curse.
Oh, hi. Inventory. Oh, I'm full. Okay. You could have bought one antidote with vending machine. That there, you helped 20 minutes ago. I picked some up. We're good. For now. I also didn't know how many I was gonna need, so there was that. This room seriously just boxes. I mean, I'm okay with it, but... See, I just picked up more. We're good. I'm full again. But at least it's all stuff I want now. And I'm sure I'll lose health here shortly, that I can use up some of those things. See, like right there.
Are you in pain? Do you want... Ah! Oh! Void! Are you in pain? Do you want to die?
I do not want to die.
Void!
Right, CT? There's some really weird noises. There, what we got? Yeah, big open room. Lots of things. Boy! Snip, 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 snip. Yeah. Sounds about right. He cut up the sounds from this game to make alerts. Oh my goodness. Excuse me, sir. Oh, hi, friend. Where the fuck did you come from?
Are you in pain? Do you want to die?
Bro, got me out here moaning, dude.
Red tree. Yeah, you came from the ceiling. Yeah, thank you for that. Oh, that's right, you did, yes. There's literally nothing there, okay. Come on, buddy, turn around. She glitched so bad right there. That was funny. Sorry, back to the Clarks. There's something you didn't see since you were driving home. Yes, we are at the food storage warehouse back in Lucaria. Yes, I'm still running around the same hallways. Damn it, woman! This game is meant to be a joke, right? I mean, kind of. Alright. Okay. Totally not adult joke. Glitch, thank you for that. Oh, there's my toolbox. And a save point. Great, great. I mean... Absolutely with the rubber bullets. How else do you expect me to fight crime? Like, I know this guy ain't FBI anymore, but they never trust him with any more lethal? No, yeah, apparently not.
Curse.
Who poisoned me? Rude. Why are there spiders? Because there can be? I mean, some of the spiders blow up, so there's that. Yeah, there's also naked burping women. I mean, although this version they seem to be more clothed. Yeah, at least they're not farting women, this is true. We have standards here. Spiders are friends, not food. Yeah, now she's wearing like a leotard. Void! Come on, buddy. Excuse me. Yeah, void, not void. Yeah, yeah. I think they're saying void, just without the D. At least that's how I'm interpreting that. Okay, where is he? Snip, snip. Get moving, buddy. Good job. It's a lot of blatant sexuality in a little bit. Kosa's funny story about blatant sexuality that I can tell if she doesn't want to. Are we talking Lust from Beyond, Mel? You can go ahead and tell it.
Are you in pain?
Wait, was she grabbing her titties? I mean, she might have been. I didn't see it, CT. But at this point, I wouldn't doubt it. Seriously, woman, quit falling from the sky. Which way do we go? I'm gonna go this way. Oh, she's up. I see her this time. This is why you only play good, wholesome games like Slappin' Beans and Princess Peach Showtime. Absolutely. Hey, you with the scissors, you're glitching through the door. Hurts, don't it?
Nothing here.
Still freaks me out that she sounds like Patricia. Yes, I just shot her in the butt. Yeah, it probably is the same voice actor. I don't need all your freaking cups of coffee right now. I said, I don't need all your freaking cups of coffee right now. And the game said, haha, yes you do. Snip, 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 snip.
Ah, curse. Void.
Oh. How many hallways are there? Like just one more? Oh, one over and over again. Haha. I don't see... a phone here to save, though. I probably don't need to go all through this. I'm not going to go through all. Fun fact. Deadly Premonition 2 is not fun.
I'll
Haha.
I'll show you.
Come here, Snippy Man. Come to Mama. It's less fun if I check the ceilings. Yeah, see, I've gotten smart on them now. Why won't it let me? Thank you. Thank you. Fool me 4 more times, shame on. Yeah, pretty much. I eventually caught on. Oh, look at all the crates. Heal. Does it concern me that nothing's popping up in here? A little bit. And am I going to turn down the loot? Also, absolutely not. proud of me for learning the power of melee? Yeah, well, you know. Well, at one point I was out of bullets. I had no choice. Ah.
Are you in pain?
Oh, she's glitched through the wall. I can't do anything with it. Note to self, can't attack someone who's glitching through the wall. In case you were wondering. Francis Zach Morgan punches as hard as York did 14 years ago. Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna go through the door that just unlocked. He has kept in shape.
Anything. I'll show you. Void.
Yeah, apparently he's ravaged by cancer, but it can still,
Are you in pain? Your power. Do you want your power? I'll show you. Void. I'll show you.
hold on. It's all my coal be gone. I need more coal be gone. Okay. Come on, turn around, buddy. Thank you.
Are you in pain? show you.
Haha. Take that, game. Oh, hum. Ouch. Nope, we're in the warehouse again. Okay. Alright, okay. And we got a save point this time. Alright. Here we go. I don't think I need 5 million boxes of bullets. Okay. I feel like this is the end, maybe? 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 Probably not.
I can feel it, York. There's something in this room.
Sure.
What do you say we gather up some puzzle pieces for old time's sake?
I'd love to. Find clues related to Avery. Okay.
An artificial heart-lung machine. And this tank's filled with some sort of liquid. If it isn't frozen at this temperature, it must be a non-freezing liquid. What was he using this for? It couldn't be cryonics.
Oh, absolutely it
Did he
was.
replace Lisa's bodily fluids with this stuff?
Probably.
It's absolutely insane. So it really was you, Avery. I finally found the 10-foot-tall giant. Lena once said that the red soul could enhance people's unique
It's
characteristics.
got a thing.
In your case, it must have enhanced your physical characteristics. Personally, though, I don't think enhance is the right word here. This is simply a physical mutation caused by a drug overdose.
Lisa, this juice came from that powder. Yup.
Lise Clarkson, the first victim of the Lucari case. I never thought she'd remain trapped in ice for 14 whole years.
I don't know, CT. I don't know.
Hey, York, why didn't we work harder to find her? I regret it from the bottom of my heart now.
I'll protect her. Lisa smiled. She's smiling at me. Yup. Lisa's She's smiling. No one ever comes here. I can hide, at least here. This is for your sake, Lisa, so I can protect you.
Avery trapped Lise here
Okay,
in a
Java.
massive block of ice. He made his own personal altar that no one would ever find. And that liquid must be the solution that Sang Rouge is made from. He used that to keep her body from decomposing. Oh, red seeds. I knew it, York. Our battle began the moment we first visited this town. A trail of seeds.
Follow the red seeds and find Avery. Oh, as our bus fight Avery.
What are these huge crab legs doing here? Or are they shrimp legs? Not that it matters.
Shrimp legs?
We need to find Patricia.
Alright.
One of the key ingredients to Cajun cuisine. Utterly wasted. I should have taken a couple of boxes home with me when I first came here. Were these frozen oysters? Hard to tell now. After the hurricane, no one entered this warehouse for a long time. The Holy Trinity paste. Somehow this lone box is completely undamaged. Is there divine power at play here? Somehow I doubt it. I've had enough of those fairy tales. The seeds lead this way. This is where the final secret is hidden. Yeah, I know, York. Aaliyah and Simon would never be able to reach the other world through their mundane investigation. That's why we need to close this case. He's got a strong grip, strong enough to crush a steel door. This must be the entrance to the Smarty Pants scientist's lab.
Okay. Let's do it. Oh, it's another hallway. More hallways. I'm poisoned. What am I glitching through? Ah, damn it. You forgot beer makes you sleepy. Well, yeah, Java. Go sleep if you need to. That's a lot of barrels. Okay, that was kind of cool. As soon as I might wake you up. Okay. Ah.
Are you?
Shoot her in the butt.
I'll show you.
There we go.
I'll curse you. I'll curse
Were you hiding in the box? I mean, that's just rude. Running to the end. Oh. Now we're talking about a boss fight. Because nothing says boss fight quite like a payphone sitting on a dresser. Okay. All right.
Avery Smith. After all this time, I found my way back to you. Back to the truth about just how special Lise was to you. They mentioned you so many times. Mrs. Carpenter, Alexis. But I didn't catch on. I completely glossed over the monstrous karma you've accumulated. You met the goddess together with Professor R's red soul. And you obeyed them, just as the goddess ordered. But then, the goddess died. You lost everything, and you went out of control. So, Professor R decided to give you something special. Lisa's body. You didn't steal the body. She gave it to you, didn't she?
They stole Lise, my goddess! No goddess! No Lise! So sad! Hate being alone. Makes me sad. I'm Patricia.
Do a thought experiment hero quest. Okay.
Patricia. Yup. I still got Patricia.
Does it feel like a final boss to me? It feels like wrapping up story.
Patricia.
So maybe. And the fact that I could save and or change out my charms
Goddess
signals to me
still with me.
Does it feel like a George? It does kind of feel like a George. It does kind of feel like a George. I don't know. It could go either way. I mean, it definitely feels like wrapping up story. I'm still waiting for Forrest to show up again, honestly. There's nothing in this room for me to smash to
Where's Patricia?
get more items. We're gonna end up having to kill Patricia like we did Emily.
It's not too late for you, Avery. Turn yourself in. Stop now, and I'll even testify for you. That's right. It's not your fault.
That's Avery.
Not my fault.
Yes. You were just being used.
I was used. No. No one used me. I'm the guardian. I gotta protect the goddess.
Oh boy. That seems safe.
She's mine. Now you can meanie. Splat you. Now you can meanie. Gonna crush your bones.
Ouch.
Gonna splat you.
Where'd he go? Seriously.
Gonna crush
Oh,
your
there he is.
bones. Now you can meanie. Patricia's my new goddess. My new lead.
Oh my god, must got a haircut. He looks different. Something like that.
I started these. New goddess, give me power. Gonna splat you. What
And
happened?
he's dead. Yeah, that was too easy
I'm
for a
not
boss fight.
Smarty pants, so I don't know. Ah!
Oh, hey, Patricia.
Patricia.
Oh boy. Oh, now we got another fetus.
So that's your new altar. Sorry, but that religion won't last much longer. Patricia's coming with me.
We have giant little boy Avery.
Smack!
It's not hurting him. Nothing's hurting him. Can I just run for it? No. Where did I do the 38 damage? Can I really only do 3 damage at a time? Because this is ridiculous. Oh, it did something. Alright. How does this work? I don't remember. I mean, it's clearly charging up something, but I don't know how to release it. Damn it. Welcome. Yeah. I don't understand what that's doing. Okay. Enjoy your lurk. first aid. That's why it costs focus. That makes, I mean, it makes sense. I just don't understand how to release it to get the charge shot. What technique did you use? I'm curious. Pausing the game. His weak spot is his record player. Okay. You bait a smash attack by running at him and running back. You can get 2 or 3 hits in. Oh, okay. Hey, buddy. Oh no, I'm out of health. We might die and try this again. I'm not sure what I'm doing either now. That's the problem. Oh, it turned red when his hand was away. But I'm totally gonna smack him in the butt because I can. I'm just gonna keep hitting him for 3 because I got plenty of bullets and not a lot of health. More hits.
Stop it! I don't want to die.
It's like the worst possible way to do that, but we did it. That's true. We got through it, and that's all that matters.
Patricia, you've become such a beautiful young woman.
15-foot tall little boy was the friends we made along the way, right? Uh-oh. We're gonna die here, aren't we?
Why are you here?
Uh-oh.
I didn't ask you to come here. What do you think you're doing?
I'm...
Trying to act like some big hero?
No.
You never change. Always butting into people's problems. You wouldn't even let me die back then!
What?
Do you know how much pain I had to suffer because of you? Thanks to you, I had to live out 14 more years in hell.
But...
Who do you think you are anyway? You should have just let me die!
I could never do that. I could never just stand there and let you die. Never. Never.
Well, you should have.
But...
You should have just let me die! Just like you did with all the others. You let them all die!
Stop. Stop it.
No, I won't. You built up such a towering mountain of corpses.
No!
Yes, you did! You're possessed by death!
No. I'm not. I did it for the sake of justice.
Is that why you let her die? For the sake of justice?
Don't say it. Please. Whatever you do, just don't say her name.
Emily Wyatt.
No!
Emily Wyatt.
Oh, damn it. Damn it. Damn it. I couldn't protect her. Yet I survived. I lived on to accomplish nothing. Damn it, York. Please. Just take me. Take me to the other side. York?
No. It's me, Zach.
Forrest!
Payson.
Oh, don't give me that look, Zach. I'm awful sorry I'm not York. But I can still save you. I can
call
even take you
bullshit.
over to the other side, if that's what you really want. Come on, give me your hand, old buddy. I'll lead you to where you need to go. Just like a lighthouse that guides ships through the dark, abyssal night.
I guess I'm giving him my hand. Hey, it's our loading screen. Wait. Are we a tree?
Oh, welcome, Zach, to the Red World. You become such a fine monster. Lena and George can never hold a candle to you. They really disappointed me, you know? Especially Lena. I can't.
I do play some odd games.
Stop right there!
Hi, Aaliyah.
Is that you, Morgan? Don't move another muscle. Francis Zach Morgan, your story, your reasoning, I accept most of it. So just put your hands down and give it up. I'll take it from here.
Yeah.
Oh. Hey. She ain't half bad. She can't see this world, but she
Kinda
still
does.
managed to find her way here using nothing but her nose. She's like a genius pianist who can play Chopin without looking at any sheet music. She's got potential. Isn't that right, Zach? Ooh, I just got a nugget of an idea. I know the perfect way to use her.
What? Come on. Big fat pig.
Stop! Get away from her!
I don't think that's gonna do anything, except that maybe you actually have real bullets.
You're Zach? Special Agent Zach? You came to save me, didn't you?
Hey, Patricia. You've grown so much. Did you change your hair color? It looks great on you.
That's the question you're asking, Ari?
Good. Good.
He's old.
Looks
We'll
like
start with that.
I made it.
Zach,
Patricia. I don't have much time left. I'm just glad I got to see how much you've grown before it all ends.
what are you saying? Don't be stupid.
Don't worry. When I die, so will this tragedy. I always knew it would. He and I are two sides of the same coin. We've always been one in the same. If I disappear, so will he. You don't need to worry. Patricia, you can be happy now.
No, you're not allowed to do that. The contract's still in effect. Here, look at this. Was this all a big lie? I promised to protect you from all the evil in our world. You need to uphold the contract. Zach, you saved my life. You're the only reason I'm alive right now. That one time when I wouldn't stop crying, remember what you said? Our world is filled with pain. Evil, violence, betrayal, jealousy, lies. Unseen despair is always waiting for a chance to paralyze us. Sometimes you might feel like you'd be better off dead. But you can't give up. Never forget, your life is your own. Those words freed me from the chains of my destiny. If it weren't for you, I would have died a long time ago. Please, Zach, I still need this contract. Please keep protecting me.
Morgan! Get away from her!
Wait, you're misunderstanding.
Get away before I count to 3, or I'll shoot!
Wait, why does she have red eyes?
No! Listen to me!
2!
Oh, he's controlling her.
3!
No!
Patricia!
It can't be. Is this
The end is
a
near,
miracle?
so we face
Oh,
the final
God.
curtain.
I don't even know what to say.
Oh, hey, York.
You've become quite the crybaby since I last saw you, Zach. Hi there. Good to see you again, Patty.
Who are you?
FBI Special Agent Francis York Morgan. Please, call me York. That's what everyone calls me.
Agent York? You're with the FBI? Just like Zach?
Yes, that's right. I'm Zach, and Zach is me.
I feel like I've always known about you two. Just what are you?
We're your old friends, Patty. Now and forever.
Aim carefully.
Wait,
Freeze!
hold the phone. I gotta fight more? I don't have anything in my inventory.
Aim carefully, sister.
I'm warning you!
Aim carefully, sister. Aim carefully.
Okay, Ari. Have a good night.
How?
Investigation failed. How did the what? Wait, what?
Aim carefully, sister.
I'm warning you.
Aim carefully, sister.
Freeze!
Aim carefully, sister. 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 Aim carefully, sister.
I'm warning you.
Wait, what? Oh, wrong button.
Aim carefully, sister.
I didn't know which one was
I'm
X.
warning you.
Aim carefully, sister.
I'm warning you.
Wait. Is she not supposed to die? But
Aim carefully, sister. Aim.
Freeze! Freeze!
Aim carefully, sister.
yeah, I'm probably supposed to keep her alive. Oh, it was a different button that time!
Aim carefully, sister.
I'm warning you.
Aim carefully, sister.
Freeze!
Aim carefully.
Freeze!
Aim carefully, sister.
It's always the same button on the Switch. Problem is, I don't know what these buttons are called. I knew that one.
Aim carefully.
Haha!
I'm warning you. Patricia Clarkson, I'm here to save you. One, two, three!
Oh, I don't want the map, I want the inventory. Eh. Yeah, I got that it was the
Aim
contract with
carefully,
Patty.
sister.
I'm warning you. One, two, three!
That was not A. Nope, that was not B either. Try changing my tactic. I don't know that I can get it to work, but I'll try.
Aim carefully, sister.
I'm warning you.
Oh, that's how that works. I'm gonna die.
Execution! You are the suspect. You're
Oh
dead
no!
wrong, and it's time for your execution.
No! No!
Aim carefully, sister. Aim carefully, sister.
Freeze!
Aim carefully, sister.
Freeze!
Aim carefully, sister.
Patricia Clarkson, I'm here to save you.
Aim carefully, sister.
I'm warning you.
Aim carefully, sister. Aim carefully, sister.
Freeze!
Huh.
Aim carefully, sister.
Freeze!
Aim carefully, sister.
I'm warning you.
Aim carefully, sister.
You are the suspect. Resistance is futile. Your fate is sealed.
I know, CT, I know.
You are the suspect, Morgan. You're on death row, and it's time for your exit.
Hell! Oh, my power!
Please tell me that's actually the end. Oh, I got GG from Mal. It must be. 40 more minutes of cutscenes. Oh no. Oh. Or are we just gonna keep zooming in on Forrest's face? I mean, I'd like to think that you're joking, Mal, but at this point, I don't know. It might be true.
Zach! Hey, Zach! Wake up! Zach! No! You can't die here! Please, Zach! York, please! Save Zach! I know you can save him!
Death is inevitable, Patricia. It descends upon us all equally. All life dies in the end, and no one can change that.
But we're finally together again! This isn't fair! Come on! Fulfill the contract!
Sorry, but this is an extenuating circumstance.
But York was there, not Zach, right?
Then sign a new one with me! This contract isn't valid anymore. Now, I'm going to protect you from all the evil in the world. And I plan on keeping my promise. So you're not allowed to die before I do. Go on. Sign the contract. Come on, sign it. Now!
Are you sure you're prepared for everything that entails? You can only break the rules once. Listen to me, Patricia. When Zach wakes up, I want you to tell him something. This is our final farewell. Thank you so much for
Is this
all
music
you've
from
done.
the first game?
For all those years, you never forgot about me, did you? It's been so long since we've seen each other, but I know you always kept me in your heart. That's what kept me alive. I owe it all to you, Zach. Thank you. And goodbye.
Yes, that was music from the first game. Or yes, that she was with York at the beginning. And you explained that the premonition was ending. Ah, okay.
Thank you. Thank you, York. Thank you. Thank you.
What, that it's ending?
He who fights with monsters should see to it that he himself does not become a monster. And if you gaze long into an abyss, the abyss also gazes into you.
Now where are we? Way more attacks for the last two bosses than you ever did. I don't know if that's kudos or not. It worked though.
Much blood was shed, and many precious lives were lost. Avery Smith was indicted on 11 charges, including kidnapping Patricia Clarkson, illegally disposing of Lise Clarkson's corpse, and distributing the illegal substance known as Sang Rouge. He's currently serving a term of 381 years at a state prison in Angola, Louisiana. His first possible scheduled review for parole could happen in 127 years at the earliest. Aaliyah Davis's assistance in solving the case was officially acknowledged, and she was transferred to the DC HQ. Thanks to Boston Chief Robert Abraham's support, she was officially allowed to join the Sang Rouge Investigative Task Force. Later, it was reported that her younger brother began to show small signs of recovery from his addiction. Simon Jones was finally freed from his mission to monitor a certain ex-agent and returned to the Boston branch. He was given a brand new computer and put back on data analysis, but never worked another big case. Instead, he spends most of his time at the office doing Sudoku. And so, after 14 long years, the curtain on this gruesome case was finally closed. Lucare still suffers from the aftermath of the plan set into motion by Professor R, aka Helena Doman. She was clearly smart enough to restore the Clarksons' empire on her own, yet she never tried to. The true reason behind her tragic downfall remains shrouded in mystery. A person's life can be greatly affected by the tiniest of anomalies, such as buttoning the wrong shirt button. Just like how this genius, who once inspired great expectations, went on to become infamous as one of the South's most inhuman criminals. And now, after a very long time, life is finally starting to return to Lucare.
Hey, we made it. I was ready for more cutscenes. I wasn't sure what was gonna happen there. Yeah, I have trouble shooting people in the face. Plus, the controls were just bad. Like, the game is over. I mean, there might be more for all I know. I would not put it past it. There is post-credits back here. I mean, I'm gonna let them play out, so why not? Right, turn off Run Screaming into the night. I'll wake Jabba if I do that. Are the red letters here in the credits the same ones that were red when they showed them on the screen in the game? Not that anyone cares. But that's where my brain went. At least we're not listening to whistling. Doesn't matter. No, it doesn't matter. It's just my curious brain doing things at this point. So, while this is playing, CT already knows and is very excited. But the new Sunday game, now that we've finished this, will be Resident Evil 4 Remake. Because why not? It's a good place for a long game. And then maybe if you're lucky after that, I'll go back to the original Resident Evil 4 and try it on professional again. We'll see. Yes, Mal. Did I recognize the voice of PJ Clarkson? Not particularly, I don't think. David Lodge. I don't know if I know that. Like, the name doesn't ring a bell. Should I recognize the voice? Game we played together. He was in Resident Evil 6? This is security advisor David Simmons. Ah. Yeah, I didn't put that together. Yes, the boss fight that never ended. Yes, that one. See, I just blocked it from my memory that I can't even remember anything about that. He's also in Final Fantasy 14. Oh. It's been a long time since I played 14 at this point. Luisoila. Yeah, I don't know who that character is. It's very possible that's after I stopped playing. Java probably does. Dead 2E Premonition. Because the 2 is definitely not an L. Hey, that's Simon's ringtone. Oh.
I stole this from Professor R's lab.
I figured you would.
I've read through it dozens of times, but it still doesn't make sense to me. I mean, at some point her plan started to collapse, right? Otherwise, I probably would have been killed early on. But here I am, alive and breathing. And the stalker who harassed me for years has been arrested too. Not only that, but now I have a brand new life waiting for me as heir to the Clarkson Empire. Both Lucare and the Clarkson's industries are finally showing signs of recovering. It's just hard for me to believe that this all went according to her plan.
Yes, I understand how you feel. No matter how you look at it, things couldn't possibly have ended up perfectly in accordance with her plan.
How can you be sure of that?
You earned a new life for yourself through the effort you put into it. It definitely wasn't something that Lena gave to you. You made this life possible. You didn't do it all on your own, of course. You were only able to come this far thanks to everyone who supported you along the way. Could anyone really believe that Lena was the one who orchestrated all this? There's no way. I'm positive. All the people you've met thus far, and all the things you've experienced, created the person you are now. Lena's just one of those people, and nothing more.
You really think so?
Still, York and I both fell for that message of hers. Maybe her plan really is still moving forward after all.
Stop joking around. I'm seriously concerned about this.
Okay, York and Zach are texting now.
What am I going to do with you, Zach?
By the way, did you change your hair color back in order to signify some important decision you made?
Yeah, I guess I did. After losing everything, I finally found my true self. So I've decided to accept everything that comes to me from this point on.
I think that color looks great on you.
Really? Thanks, Zach. I'll never give up. I'm determined to overcome my cursed blood, whatever it takes.
And you will. That's why York chose you to be his assistant, you know. He always knew you had it in you.
Wow, he really thought that highly of me? Suddenly I feel really motivated now. This is crazy. I don't even know what I should get started with first.
Now that's the Patricia Clarkson I know.
Oh, I got it. I want to go and get one of Alexis's chocolate sundaes.
Not a bad idea. They are to die for.
Yeah, they're like the deadly premonition of ice cream.
Oh boy.
Well, so long, Zach. I'll come visit you next summer. Louisiana summers are just too hot for me to handle.
You're always welcome here. Bye now.
Also, the fact that the Dalmatians, his background is a little weird.
Feels like today is going to be another wonderful day. Now, time for some coffee. No matter what the plan is, coffee should always come first. Isn't that right, Emily?
Are we bowling? Oh, it's the skeletal gentleman. Raynor!
Coco.
Thank you for the resub. I appreciate it. We couldn't miss Hoongun Bowling, right? Well, we just finished the game, Raynor. I'd like to point out that I got an S rank in every episode. I'm sure everybody does, but you know, that's kind of cool. Because I'm S ranked. Very nice. You finished every episode. Enjoy your participation trophy, right? We did things. Oh, there's a picture frame next to the chessboard now. I'm pointing it. You can't see it. This way. There's a picture frame next to the chessboard now. That's kind of cute. Well, this was a thing that we finished. I'm not sure I quite understand it all. Yeah, I like the part where it's over. No, I mean, just like I enjoyed playing the first one, despite its janky controls. I liked this one, but it was just the jumps in time were weird. And I mean, I get it, but weird. And if I'm understanding this, yeah, it happened before the events of the first game, right? So this happened before and after the first game? It is by 5 years. Okay, yeah. So it was just, I don't know. It was very, it was weird. It was weird. I am glad I played it, but it was weird. Greenville is 2010. Okay. Okay. Yeah. It was a thing. It's a thing that we played. But thanks for being here, everybody. I appreciate it, and I will see you Sunday. Have a good night.